This video is brought to you by Grandeur Warranty, your #1 online source for factory-backed extended warranties in the country. We have owned this Ford F-150 V8 Tremor for about 7 months and 7,000 miles. We've put it through some very tough tests and not everything went well. So in this video, I wanted to show you some of my love and hate with this truck. So let's start with why buy it. Why buy it in the first place was very easy. First, Ford F-Series, one of the most popular nameplates in the country, if not the world. Then the Tremor is an off-road trim. So we do several things at TFL Studios. We do real-world fuel efficiency, trailer towing testing, and also off-road testing. So this truck checks all those boxes. It also has a V8. So let's look under the hood and I'll tell you about all the drag racing we did. Behold, the 5-liter V8, the Coyote. Well, okay, this engine bay may be not the most attractive, but what is really attractive is the power it produces and how it does it. So the rating on this engine is 400 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque. It's made it to a 10-speed automatic. It's got a 373-to-1 rear axle ratio, which is fairly aggressive, but we like to have fun here at TFL Truck. So we put it on the drag strip, our air strip, many times. I think I've lost count. So let me show you a couple of those drag races now. Bye-bye. Come on, turbos. He had a good start.
Oh, he thought he was going to get me. Come on, Ford. Oh, he's not catching up. Oh, now he's catching up.
But to demonstrate what I mean, I'm just gonna slightly accelerate as I go past any V8 anywhere.
Oh, come on. Oh, so close.
3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, Ram. Oh, not a bad start. I think I might have a better rear end ratio than Andre.
Okay, good start. Ooh, that Hemi jumped up.
But he's a little bit lighter and he's got an extra 5 horsepower. I'm foot to the ground and he's pulling ahead of me.
Is actually a little bit heavier, and the Ford is coming back.
There's some differences like that 10 speed. Man, by a full truck length. Not bad for the Ford.
Okay, so it did not win every drag race we put it into, but the way it accelerates and the way that it revs to almost 6,500 RPM, that's my favorite. And I think if Case was here and Roman and Tommy, I think they would agree 100%. This is a fun engine. It can also be supercharged using Ford Performance parts and a Whipple supercharger. So it's customizable. Enthusiasts love this engine. And so the performance is really great. But what about real world stuff like efficiency? Well, let me show you what happened when Roman and I took it on our Denver 100 MPG loop.
This F-150 says 17?
Yes.
All right, well, what do we do about this?
Let's take them on the Denver 100 MPG loop and figure out if a V8 powered F-150 can get same or better efficiency than that midsize truck.
Keep going, keep drinking, drink, Ford. Oh, stop drinking. All right, you gonna do the math?
Yes.
Do the math. So, are we using the official Google number? Not the 108, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Official number. According to GPS, 111 miles for the loop, like always. Divide by what is it, Roman?
4.85, 4.895.
95. 22.7?
Damn.
How is that possible? Did you see that? We put it up against the GMC Canyon, which is a mid-size truck, much smaller, and the F-150 won 22.7 mpg. I think that was one of my biggest surprises from owning this truck for about 7 months, is that even though it is a V8, it has a lot of displacement, it still has quite good efficiency on the highway. Yes, in the city it's not so good, but on the highway it rocks. But now, what about towing a trailer? And this summer, several months ago, Casey and I took it on our TFL toaster test, which is a very tough, slow-going test. We had about 7,000 or 7,500 pounds behind this truck with a large camper. Here's what happened. This is the hottest day of the year, and it's finally time to put our brand new Ford F-150 Tremor on a TFL toaster test.
So we're at 251 now on the transmission temp.
No way.
Our oil temp is holding steady right around 230, which is good. It's warm, but not too bad. Is that foot down?
Almost, yes. That's first gear.
Ooh,
253! No! On the transmission! I'm still, it hasn't derated. I'm not noticing any derate yet.
But we're through the steepest section. So
Still 100 degrees Fahrenheit reported.
255 now. Wow.
Yeah, you saw that. The transmission was getting pretty warm. 255 degrees Fahrenheit. That's pretty hot for any transmission. But the truck didn't give us any error messages. So quite impressive. And you might be wondering right now about reliability. So after about, almost 7,000 miles, 0 problems. So this truck accelerates every time in the same way. We've, like I said, put it to countless drag races, pulled the trailer actually into Utah and then all the way back, long distance towing. So this truck has had 0 problems. It never, even the battery maintained its own charge without us worrying about it. So, so far so good. I know it's not a very long time, 7,000 miles, but this truck has been really great, and it can pull up to about 10,000 pounds. So it's still a very useful truck. And no matter which car or truck you have, if you plan on keeping it for a longer period of time, you should check out GrangerWarranty.com. Use the link in the description below. Granger Warranty is one of the best sellers of factory-backed extended warranties across the country, and you could save some money while doing it, about $1,000 on average. And you don't have to buy it immediately when you buy a brand new vehicle. You could wait a little bit and then get that warranty. And when your truck needs service, you can be sure that they're using certified components, OEM quality stuff, and the work is done at a certified facility or a dealership anywhere across the country. General Grabber reporting for duty. Well, this is the General Grabber AT tire, all-terrain tire. It's about the 33-inch tall tire. And overall, the stance of this truck, I'm not a huge fan of because it's kind of leaning to the front and the rear end is kind of in the air. But off-road, it's still quite a beast. Here's what happened when Roman and I took it all the way above tree line in the Rocky Mountains against a Ram 1500 Warlock.
This truck is talking to me, Andre. You know what it's saying?
Go home.
No, that's what the EV Trail Boss said. Turn around and go home when I was up here last with it. No, what this truck is telling me is, let's keep going, Roman. This is fun. And Andre, I wholeheartedly agree. This truck is just eating this up. Great wheelbase length. Suspension is working as it should. Plenty of power, and I gotta say, I love the sound of that 5.7 liter Hemi in front of me, but even though you have more displacement, you have less horsepower.
Okay, so that wasn't a very, very difficult trail, but the Tremor really shined. And I think where it actually is really good at kind of a rough trail, maybe a forest road, where you have to go a little bit faster. It's not a Raptor, but it wants to be. It aspires to be a Raptor, so to say. So that's where it really shines. And of course, rock crawling you can also do, but it doesn't have a lot of clearance in the front. About 10 and a half inches. For a true rock crawler, it needs a little bit more. So if I own this truck, I might give it a little leveling kit, so raise the front end maybe an inch or two, and I think it would be just right. So the Tremor has a unique interior because it's got some unique texture on the dashboard, unique seats, and also orange stitching throughout and orange accents. So I think as an off-road package, it's actually pretty attractive. It does have, some hard plastics in certain places, but the steering wheel is very nice. And it does feel like a premium truck. It is pretty pricey. I'll tell you about the price in a second. But I think the interior is kind of lasting quite well. I know it's not very old so far, but it's pretty tough and very comfortable on a long road trip. I also did a drive mode test in this truck where I compared normal driving mode versus eco, and I wanted to see if that makes much difference, and turns out it kind of doesn't. So what does make a difference are some of the off-road modes and low range gearing. But here's the thing, this is a base Tremor, so it does not have an all-wheel drive setting on its right here. So there's no all-wheel drive here on the 4x4 shifter, and it does not have a Pearson limited slip front differential like a premium Tremor would. But for 2026 model year, I think Ford may have listened to us. I'm hoping they're listening, and they're offering another middle grade of the Tremor package where you can get that front differential and all-wheel drive without all the luxury features. So it's a little bit more affordable, but even more capable. You might also be wondering about the lights we added to this truck. I've got Raptor amber lights here. We've got additional lights from F-150 LEDs. We did a separate video for that, so you can check out oldtfl.com. That was one of my complaints, even though the headlamps are actually quite good as far as just road driving on a highway and on the street. But for off-roading, it wasn't quite enough light, and the light wasn't wide enough to see some of the trails and obstacles, for example, here at the ranch as well. So that's why we added these fog lamps, which kind of transformed the truck. And we also changed out the LED light bulbs in the back to get a little bit more visibility. So that was one of my complaints. My second complaint is that manufacturers of pickup trucks seem to have gone away from standalone transmission coolers. And that's why I think we saw that issue with the transmission getting a little bit too hot, which means you probably need to change the transmission fluid more frequently because it's going to be wearing out quicker than normal. But you only have to do that, of course, if you're towing heavy like we were doing up in the mountains. So that's a negative. And the rest of the truck, I think it's one of my favorite that we've ever owned as far as comfort, performance, towing ability, acceleration. The engine sounds wonderful, but price. So the sticker price for this 2025 model was $68,000. Of course, you can find deals anywhere now these days on pickup trucks. We picked it up at about $63,000, so we had quite a sizable discount on it. But I'm still missing out on that all-wheel drive feature and the front differential. So to get those features is probably going to be another $3,000 to $4,000 in 2026. So that could be a little bit pricey. So those are some of my hates. But I think in general, if you ask me, would I make a decision to purchase this truck again for the company? I would say yes, absolutely. It's been a useful truck and a very fun truck. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.